The other day, while full of a cold, I stumbled upstairs and, with my head banging, I couldn't bear to look at another screen. So I got a pen and a paper and I just drew this. And it gave me the idea to get one of these, to perhaps spend a little less time looking at screens. My drawing skills are that of a 15-year-old's because that is the last time I properly actually tried to draw anything. I actually remember really enjoying drawing before I went to school. Then when you go to school you sort of get pushed into drawing better, and that sort of gets you demotivated. It also turns something that's meant to be fun into something that you're getting graded for and like you need to make it better instead of just having fun with it. And I think by using a sketchbook and the fact that there's no one grading me and no one judging me for it, it might actually be fun to try and draw something again. So I do have a few questions floating around my head, like will I actually enjoy it? Is it worth doing? Am I wasting my time? And will I stick to it? But I guess there's only one way to actually find out. I also wanted a notebook that I could fit in my pocket so I can take it around and just have it with me all the time. Started off very simple, just with a week 1 to show that it's week 1. One of the main things that I don't want to do, and is one of the rules of the challenge, is that I can't look at screens to draw anything. So I've got to try and find interesting things in real life to draw. I'm going to try and sketch like a oak tree because that's the most vivid thing I have memories of sketching. And it's like one of the most abundant things around. I think I'm going to like add notes and just turn it into like a little journal and have the sketches on this side. No, I am just drawing a tree from memory, so I'm not actually looking at anything. Whenever I do anything on camera, I feel like I have to rush because I don't want to waste a load of storage space and footage that I've got to store and deal with. But then when doing this sort of thing, I can't really rush it because I've got to obviously take time and try and do it and relax. And there we go. First actual sketch in the sketchbook. This is basically all my artwork from school and, well, basically ever, that I've actually kept over the years. This is the art book that I did when I was 15, which is basically the newest art that I've ever done and probably the best art I've ever done. And in it is a lot of inspiration from artists that I was told to take inspiration from. They were pretty cool artists that did a lot of industrial sort of work. And then there was mosaics. I remember really hating that, but we had to pick some, like a certain amount of artists to do. This isn't the sort of thing that I'm going to be doing in the video because I just want to actually sketch and have a bit of fun with it. But this was like me trying really hard to get a good grade, and I just passed with a C. I remember this being like my favourite piece at the time. I really liked all the sort of like old-fashioned things like videotapes and cogs and like combining it with like spaceships and stuff. And then I've got literal things from when I was a little tiny kid and I couldn't even draw straight lines. One of these interesting things was something I've owned since I was around 8 years old. It's a relic from my childhood. I've just never gotten rid of it, and it's still probably one of my favourite things I own. After sketching things around the house for a few days, I decided I needed a change of scenery and went out into the woods for a walk. Here I discovered the remnants of an abandoned building and tried to recreate that on paper. So here are all the sketches I drew this week, and let's just ignore the animals. I was debating whether to actually publish this video or not in the end, because to be honest the challenge just didn't work. I kept reaching for my phone every time I was trying to draw, and I just couldn't focus on drawing, and I was also getting annoyed at my childlike drawing skills. It just wasn't going well. But the positive side is, I did actually spend some time sketching instead of looking at screens. Overall, I think I'm just way too addicted to social media and my phone, and the only way to really solve this, I think, is to get rid of it for like a month. But that's a video for another day.